Welcome to the Conspiracy Cast, a show that has actually lived for quite a while on other channels, but is now here on Tales of Earth, our brand new channel here at Eligible Monster Productions. This show is filmed live every Monday at about 2 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster. It's then uploaded to our company's Patreon, patreon.com/comicstorian, where for only $1 you get access to this and a ton of other content. It's then uploaded over here to the Tales of Earth page on a weekly basis, and what this show basically is myself, Gary, and Dan. We sit here, and Gary researches a conspiracy out there in the entire world. He looks into reasons why people believe that it may exist, reasons why people believe that this is a thing, and he looks at what is the problems with the beliefs behind these conspiracies. He presents it to us in a very unbiased, analytical kind of format, and Dan and I pretty much make jokes about it and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we end up believing it. Most of the time, we just end up not.
Yes.
So far, I think the only one you've really got me to believe was like one of the secret societies. But
Not the simulation theory?
not this.
That was the most believable for me.
Anyway, guys, for anybody who may be watching this for the first time, my name is Benny. This is basically, I'm Benny. I run most of what we're doing here. This is Gary. He handles all of our camera work and our research, and that is Dan. He's the producer here at this company. And overall, we wanted to move this over to Tales of Earth because the very ideas of Tales of Earth kind of came out of this podcast.
Yep.
We started this podcast just for fun on a completely different personal, what many YouTubers call shit posting channel.
Yep.
That's literally what it's called.
Yeah. No,
You just throw whatever you want up.
No,
Yeah. See what sticks.
Yeah.
it's just such a great name for
And
it that has stuck.
And it did so well, and we were able to devise more content around it, which is what we're doing here at Tales of Earth.
Right.
Mythology, looking at some fun things like time travel, world domination, and even factual stories you may not be aware of, that we decided to kind of craft an entire channel around it and stick this over there. Whether or not this is going to stay here or move back, we're a little unsure. We're going to see how it sticks with you guys here at Tales of Earth. So let us know in the comments down below here at Tales of Earth, hey, I like this. This is a good fit for it. I think it fits better than everything else you guys are doing. And if that's the case, it'll stay here. If not, we'll just unlist it and it'll move back. But I really want to know if you guys feel that this fits here on Tales of Earth. And before we get into it, I'll let you guys know, if you do want more Gary, he's over at Film Circuit on YouTube. And Dan is over at his Twitch channel, Dan T Streamer. So for all you newcomers who may not know who we are, you've actually found us through Tales of Earth, our newest project. That's who we are. Oh, I'm also known as the comic historian in other circles.
Who's that?
Nobody important. So, and that's why I wanted to redo the intro, Gary, because I felt that was a better introduction to our new Tales of Earth.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So do you want to explain what you do and why we're going to rehash some topics we may have?
Yes. Okay. So when we first started this, we really just kind of it was nonsense when we first started.
It was literally just let's talk about conspiracies.
Yeah. We recorded us talking about conspiracies. Very informal. A bunch of guys just making jokes, and there was no formula to it. There was no identity to it. It was just this thing that we did. And so we covered a lot of topics, and we didn't cover them very well in the beginning.
No,
because it was more of a let's look at a top 10 list, or let's
you would look at the wiki a lot of times,
right?
And just look at the definition, and we'd poke fun at it for an hour.
Exactly. And as the show kind of changed and evolved, we realized that there's a format here we can work with. There are some real topics we can go over. There's real. There's an
audience interest.
There's an audience interest.
We didn't even know there would be an audience for this. We thought it'd just be something we'd BS around with our usuals who show up to all of our projects.
Yeah. Now we have a dedicated set, a slogan, T-shirts. It's become a whole thing, and we love it. I love doing it.
This is probably one of my favorite projects we do.
Yes.
Yeah,
me too.
I enjoy it.
And because we've covered so many topics before, we're actually going to rehash those here with a better format. And we're going to go more in depth. Most of these topics, just so you guys know, we cannot go into full, we can't go as deep as we possibly could with most of these topics given the time that we have.
Right. The show should be between 30 minutes to 45 minutes every week. So,
but we could easily spend 3 or 4 hours. Just on the information, just the.
So if you happen to be a viewer who came over from the original vlog channel, don't worry. A lot of this should be new information on these topics.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
This podcast is more of a discussing a conspiracy as opposed to fully explaining and describing it.
Exactly.
So.
The format generally goes like this. So we introduce the concept or the conspiracy. We go over what the beliefs are about the conspiracy in terms of those who actually believe it, and then we actually go into some of the rebuttals and the evidence against the conspiracy, and then at the end we determine what we think about it. So this this show isn't about supporting conspiracy theories. It's really just about dissecting them, breaking them down, talking about what they are, and whether or not we think there's any weight or credit to them. So today, what if I told you that the UN, NASA, and an truly untold number of scientists were all a part of a conspiracy to keep the common person uninformed and in the dark? What if this conspiracy was dated back to the earliest cosmologists and philosophers? What if I told you that the fact the Earth is round is a flat lie?
Oh, puns!
See what I did there? Okay.
We're doing back to the flat Earth theory.
Yes, we are.
approve of
It was one of our oldest.
It was our first one.
I think it was our first
It
one.
was our very first one.
was
We
flat
were
Earth,
actually on
yeah.
a card table talking about it.
Yes.
With like Chinese screens behind us. Yeah.
Oh God.
All right, so this following information does come from Wikipedia.
You know, now that I think about it, that original set felt like we were like in a Chinese restaurant basement.
Yes, we should have had sushi with each meal or with each recording. All right, so the following information, the first segment of information comes from Wikipedia. And it says, the myth of the flat Earth is a modern misconception that Earth was widely believed to be flat rather than spherical during the Middle Ages in Europe. This is actually true. The concept that the Earth is flat it's not like, okay, so there's this idea in pop culture, in some academic circles, that people just believed the Earth was flat all over the world.
Okay.
Until recently, until the past couple of centuries, or until at least the past 500 or 600 years.
I'm trying to think of when that would have...
Until the New World was discovered.
I guess until Columbus.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's actually not true. The philosophers, cosmologists, early scientists knew that the Earth was round thousands of years ago. I mean, this is not a new idea. Mm-hmm. And the idea that the Earth was flat was actually the more rare concept. It was extremely rare for anybody to consider the Earth flat.
It's funny because I just did, on a related tangent of our channel, I just did the video for Robin Hood today.
Okay.
And it's funny because I always used to, it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
I used to think that Robin Hood came out of the 16th, 17th century.
Right.
But we have stories that date back to the 1200s, all the way
wow.
back.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, holy crap. I didn't realize it was that old. That kind of, as just you saying that the world being round and just knowing that for as long as we have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Early scientists or philosophers, cosmologists actually had very, very accurate guesstimated measurements as far as the Earth's size and circumference was concerned. So we've actually had a really good idea for how large the Earth is for a couple thousand years, more than 2,000 years. All right, so during the early Middle Ages, virtually all scholars maintained this spherical viewpoint, which had been first expressed by the ancient Greeks. From at least the 14th century, belief in a flat Earth among educated Europeans was almost non-existent, despite fanciful depictions in art, such as the exterior of Hieronymus Bosch's famous triptych, The Garden of Earthly Delights, in which a disc-shaped Earth is shown floating inside a transparent sphere. According to Stephen Jay Gould, there never was, quote, there never was a period of flat Earth darkness among scholars, regardless of how the public at large may have conceptualized our planet both then and now. Greek knowledge of sphericity.
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 It's that.
Yeah.
Sphericity.
Never
know.
faded. And all felicity.
You just missed a whole letter in it.
And all major medieval scholars accepted the Earth's roundness as an established fact of cosmology. Historians of science, David Lindbergh and Ronald Numbers, pointed out that there was scarcely a Christian scholar of the Middle Ages who did not acknowledge Earth's sphericity, even now, and even know its approximate circumference. So historian Jeffrey Burton Russell says that the flat, that light is like messing with my eyes, says,
put it there.
I know, says the flat Earth era flourished most between 1870 and 1920. It's a very new concept, and had to do with the ideological setting created by struggles over biological evolution. Russell claims, quote, with extraordinary few exceptions, no educated person in the history of Western civilization from the 3rd century BC onward believed that the earth was flat, end quote. And describes popularization of the flat earth myth to histories by John William Draper, Andrew Dixon White, and Washington Irving. So, in short, flat earth is a niche of a niche of a niche of an idea.
How would it?
It's
I've heard this recently that it got more popular based upon YouTube. Actually.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, that YouTube helped spread the theory because it got the idea of it out there further.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's been around forever, is what you're saying, but it was like the small collection of people.
Yes. You basically, at any point in time, if you believe the Earth was flat, especially in scholarly circles, you were laughed at as foolish.
I mean, you kind of are now as well.
Yeah.
But,
But even 2,000 years ago, you would have been just as much considered foolish as you would today. So the idea that the Earth is flat has never been a popular one, and it doesn't help that Hollywood movies and TV shows repeatedly, anytime they talk about history, they say, well, that was also the time when people believed the Earth was flat. How
Right,
many
yeah.
times in movies and TV do you hear somebody say that?
oh, frequently.
Yeah. So it's just not true. Okay.
I found a list of celebrities who believe the world is flat.
Oh yeah, there's rap artists.
Am I gonna start?
Rapper B.O.B.
Yep. Believes
Okay.
the Earth is flat.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Wait, what?
Shaquille O'Neal is come out as stating, "I believe the world is flat."
Oh wow.
That really depresses me because that guy.
Yeah, that depresses me too.
He's-
That's sad.
It looks like
smart.
they skipped one. Yeah, okay. Tila Tequila. Remember her? From
Yes,
back
I
in
do.
the
Remember,
LA Star
I
days?
do remember her stating that she.
I think she also says that she's an alien too. Like literally says it. I'm an alien stuck on Earth or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving, a basketball player.
Okay.
Wait,
Sherry Shepard.
wasn't Irving one of the names? It was. I wonder if he's related to Washington Irving.
Washington Irving.
The View host Sherry Shepard also doesn't believe in evolution. Once said on the show, "Is the world flat?" I don't know.
that?
I never thought about it. Is the world flat?
I never.
I never thought about if the world is flat.
Okay.
Thomas Dolby, a musician who released the 1984 title "The Flat Earth," is a firm believer in the theory. It was in the late 1990s I started to do research into what the Flat Earth Society was. He said, "I have heard of it. When I did do some research, I eventually ended up believing its ideas were true."
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Even after
AJ
doing
Styles, a WWE wrestler,
Okay.
he doesn't exactly say he's a flat earther, but he also doesn't say that he thinks the world is round either. He says, "I don't think the world is flat. I'm just saying that there's some stuff about it. That's all. I'm not a flat earther. I'm just saying that there's some things about it that make sense. I don't think you can handle it." That's
So
pretty much it.
he's a neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, like you can't give me either way.
Yeah.
And then George Bernard Shaw,
Really?
Irish playwright,
Yeah.
Interesting.
used
Believe
to
the Earth was flat.
Yep. He once said, in the Middle Ages, people believed the earth is flat, for which they had at least the evidence of their senses. We believe it to be round. What? He said, okay, in the Middle Ages, people believed that the earth was flat, for which they had at least the evidence of their senses. We believe it to be round. Not because as many as 1% of us could give the physical reasons for so quaint a belief, but because modern science has convinced us that nothing that is obvious is true, and that everything that is magical, implorable, extraordinary, gigantic, microscopic, heartless, and outrageous is scientific. I don't know if that means he believed it or
Okay.
Or he just-
Somebody's misquoting him.
that's got to be a misquote.
Yeah, that's a misquote.
Oh my god. I can't believe Shaq is a flat earther.
Yeah.
According to this is just a list I found.
Right.
Yeah. Still.
The reliability of the list can be in question. Definitely.
yeah. The person who wrote it
Yeah,
could be a flat earther.
Exactly.
Oh, exactly, because
Yeah.
some of these they were kind of reaching. Well, they didn't say it was flat.
Stephen Hawking was a flat earther. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Don't.
And it's
think
also
that
linking me to another story in which Miley Cyrus claims a ghost lived in her sink. But we'll go with that another day.
Okay, moving on. So the logistics, the claims of flat earthers, and that is a growing group of people now. The claims as to how flat Earth can even exist are pretty outlandish. They essentially ignore science, they ignore physics, they ignore most solid reason. I mean, really.
Yeah.
But this comes from livescience.com. This is how flat Earth kind of logistics and claims work. First, a brief tour of the worldview of a flat earther while writing off buckets of concrete evidence, okay, that the Earth is spherical. They readily accept a laundry list of propositions that some would call ludicrous. The leading flat earther theory holds that the Earth is a disk with the Antarctic Circle in the center.
Arctic.
The Arctic Circle in the center, and Antarctica, a 150-foot tall wall of ice around the rim.
See, that's the part I find the most interesting because
no
one ever says, "Oh, did you see the wall of ice today?
Yeah,
Looking pretty good in the sunrise." I mean,
right. Yeah. Let's be concerned about climate change because
there's a wall of ice surrounding
us.
Wall
of ice. Yeah. Let's see here. Where was I? Around the rim. NASA employees. They say, guard this. NASA employees. So engineers, mathematicians. They say, guard this ice wall to prevent people from climbing over and falling off the disk.
Okay.
This is like a playground.
Yeah, I can poke a hole right there.
Okay,
right there,
what's
right
that?
there. I don't like discussing politics. I'm not really going to go into
Oh, yeah, no.
Part of the argument against Trump's wall, against the wall, is that we can't patrol it properly.
No.
So if we can't even patrol his wall from Mexico to here,
for one country,
how are we going to guard and patrol an ice wall that surrounds our flat Earth?
Yeah. And you got to realize that an ice wall like that would be significantly larger than just the circumference of the Earth as we currently know it.
Yeah.
Because the entire, it's basically not compounded. It's stretched out square footage. I mean, you're taking all of our land mass and you're flattening it out. So what you have then is this ice wall that is, I would guess probably 4 times larger than the current circumference of the Earth. Because everything's been flattened out.
I don't think there's enough people.
I don't think there
to
is.
even stand side by side.
Let alone NASA employees.
Which already doesn't have a lot of funding to begin with.
No,
but
exactly.
They have an entire division to guard the ice wall.
Yeah. I would wonder how that would work in NASA. It's like, what are you doing
That's what I'm
today?
saying.
What are you doing today? I'm on
How
ice
does
wall
vacation
duty.
time work?
I'm on ice wall duty. Oh man,
Is that like traffic cop for the police?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I got ice wall again.
Can I at least bring my switch?
I mean, no one believes the wall's there. No one's trying to attack it.
Yeah. There's one guy. Okay.
But like I said, that's what blows my mind because one of the big arguments against Trump's wall is we can't. It's pointless because we can't patrol it, so they're just going to climb over it. And I'm like, well, then how are you? Well, you know what? That's why we can't afford the wall. We're too busy guarding the ice wall. Well, when we don't have the bodies.
Yes. When there's an increase in sales of grappling hooks in Mexico, we'll know what's coming. So,
invest now.
And keeping with their skepticism of NASA, because just NASA. Yeah, let's forget every other space agency in the world. Known flat earther conspiracy theorist Nathan Thompson recently approached a man he said was a NASA employee in a Starbucks. I'm sorry.
That's where I get all my secrets. When I wanted to know what was going on in Area 51, I just went to the local Starbucks right outside, waited for someone with some professional stuff on to come in.
I'm so sorry. Okay, there's a NASA employee in a Starbucks in midday 2017. Okay. Apparently 2017 was a day. Midday 2017.
Mid-May.
Oh, mid-May. Oh, sorry, you're right.
Read your own notes.
That's because I think my screen is too dark.
We're so professional.
Actually, that is better. Okay. In a YouTube video of the exchange, Thompson, founder of the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion page, shouted that he had proof the Earth is flat, apparently saying an astronaut drowning was the proof and that NASA is lying. None of that makes any sense.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I looked into it. It didn't explain it.
Did you see the video?
No.
It said it's a YouTube video.
An astronaut drowning was proof.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any
drowning?
sense. What I mean is, as an article, this sentence doesn't make any sense. And it didn't make any sense to me earlier. I just want to point that out.
Okay.
Okay. Earth's day and night cycle is... Okay, so here's what flat earthers believe. 1, okay, Earth is flat. 2, Antarctica is actually a ring of ice.
That surrounds us.
It's a 150-foot wall. And it's guarded by NASA employees. Okay.
Right.
With spears.
Another hole in that right off the bat. People have flown from New York around the direction of,
Yes.
of Japan,
Yes.
around to Europe,
Oh, yeah.
and around back to.
Oh, that's one of the conspiracies. Is that we are told to believe that we're actually flying around a globe.
Okay.
When in fact, planes don't fly in a straight line. They actually fly in like a curve. To further solidify the conspiracy.
People have gone to Antarctica, though.
I know, we have pictures. Google pictures of Antarctica.
And not even just like government officials that would hide that it's an ice wall. They're people that go to, most of them just go to take pictures too. So you
we're
would have
going to go
pictures-
eventually
Oh
if this
my
keeps
gosh.
going the way it's going.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
Other claims. These are the logistics of how flat Earth theory works.
Okay.
Earth's day and night cycle is explained by positing that the sun and moon are spheres measuring 32 miles or 51 kilometers that move in circles 3,000 miles or 4,828 kilometers above the plane of the Earth. Stars, they say, move in a plane 3,100 miles up, like spotlights. These celestial spheres, because the only thing flat in the universe is the Earth. Okay, these celestial spheres illuminate different portions of the planet in a 24-hour cycle. Flat Earthers believe there must also be an invisible anti-moon.
I'm sorry.
The anti-moon?
The anti-moon that obscures the moon during lunar eclipses. I do apologize. We do not normally laugh this much.
No.
We don't.
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to.
No, it's just the flat Earth theory is just, none of it makes any sense is the problem.
Yes.
I think this is the problem we ran into with the first time we tried this topic. It just doesn't make any sense. I remember the first time we did this topic, one of the things you had was like, if a helicopter were to go up, it was like the helicopter would go up and come back down, it would go in a different spot because the Earth's spinning.
The claim is that because the Earth is spinning so fast that if you even just jumped into the air,
Yeah.
that according to physics, that you would like end up miles away. Just jumping in the air, you would
Don't
fly-
jump.
Don't jump. Yeah. Okay.
Luckily, I've learned that white guys can't jump, so I'm okay.
You're okay. Some people actually can't jump. They just don't have the coordination or the mental coordination to do it.
Right.
Okay. Furthermore, anti-moon. Let's talk about that for a
Yeah,
second.
that is.
I'm going to Google that real
So,
quick.
how exactly would an anti-moon work? Does it absorb light?
Where does it go when it's
Is
not
it a
in
black
lunar
hole?
eclipse?
Yeah, where does it go? How do we not see sunlight reflecting off of it like a normal moon? I don't understand. How does an anti-moon work?
Oh, it's right on the Flat Earth Wiki.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
It's the shadow on the moon during a lunar eclipse is round. That's what you have.
that's it. Anti-moon. Because how that works is that according to Flat Earth, the sun and the moon never actually, the Earth
here you
doesn't,
go.
the Earth doesn't rotate. So
Reading
sun
the
and
frequently
moon-
asked question of Flat Earth Society, I was wondering, the shadow of the anti-moon obscures the sun during an eclipse, right? Why are we not able to observe the anti-moon not during an eclipse? The
What's
Flat
their
Earth
answer?
Society...
Okay, I want to know what their answer is.
Yeah, this is on their forums.
Okay,
great.
Because if you don't
Great.
know this, the Flat Earth Society has a website.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
The Bilderberg group has a website.
As
I
we've
think
discovered with many of these
yes,
conspiracies, they've
yes.
all got websites.
They all have
And
a
they're
website.
usually very poorly designed.
In the flat Earth universe, the celestial bodies don't work in the traditional way. When an observation calls for a celestial body that doesn't exist yet, it pops into being to save the flat Earth from the inevitable conclusion that the Earth is round. After the event is over, the new body disappears again until the next time it's needed to explain something. I think this is a troll on their forum.
I
was
certainly
gonna
hope
say-
so. I certainly hope so.
There's no way that they believe that it's just like,
they haven't actually-
we've
yeah.
got it scheduled.
Oh, this is just a
It's gonna
big,
be the-
on their forums, an argument about it, because the response is, that's surprisingly accurate. As a round earther, I can't accept your flat earth views. You're stupid for being a flat earther and should be a hero. This is on 2009 when their website was made.
Okay. Okay, so
Oh my gosh. Okay.
okay. Okay. Anti-moon.
Oh, I think here's a legit response from a flat earther, though.
Actually sounds like a DC comic.
It sounds like a cool movie.
It does.
Anti-moon.
I would recommend you simply step outside one night and look for the roughly moon-sized area of missing stars. I've seen it a few times. However, I won't recommend you do this as the celestial bodies emit harmful radiation and other effects which can seriously mess you up. The sun
Which can
emits hot
seriously
light,
mess
the
you up.
moon emits cold light. And the anti-moon emits light beyond the visible spectrum. All of them are transmission vectors for dangerous malices. And though the moon is most immediately dangerous, I wouldn't risk staring too long at the anti-moon either. You should try wearing dark sunglasses and then looking into the sky. This is normally how I view the moon, and how I would prepare if I were doing an intensive visual research. If I were doing an intensive visual research for the anti-moon. However, I don't tend to look for the anti-moon very often because, frankly, what is there to see? It's literally just the absence of stars. Boring.
Oh my gosh, that sounded like someone that wrote that and then got a thesaurus and was like, I need to change some of these words.
Okay, so that sounded like someone who didn't actually know what they were talking about.
No.
They're just trying to come up with some sort of explanation.
No.
Yeah.
It's just
The
like
anti-moon.
It's the anti-moon. It's visual spectrum beyond what you can see, but it's still radiation.
Yeah, it's harmful radiation that only applies if you look at it. Otherwise, you're perfectly safe from all this radiation from space. Oh my god.
Okay.
This is...
Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
Anti-moon
okay.
has no clear definition. We can confirm that.
No, I found it.
No, you didn't. The anti-moon
It's the absence of stars.
is what causes
See it easily.
the moon is what causes the new moon. We're just going to confirm that.
Okay.
So their claim is that the
Okay.
anti-moon causes new moon. And I don't think all flat earthers actually believe in the anti-moon either, because I have seen diagrams where they explain, like, because the solar and lunar eclipses are basically the sun and the moon still interacting with each other.
Right.
So not every flat earther believes in the anti-moon. But yeah, okay, moving on. Furthermore, Earth's gravity is an illusion, they say. Objects do not accelerate downward. Instead, that's not gravity. Okay. Instead, the disk of Earth accelerates upward at 32 feet per second squared, 9.8 meters per second squared, driven up by a mysterious force called dark energy. Currently, there is a disagreement among flat earthers. What? About whether or not Einstein's theory of relativity permits Earth to accelerate upward indefinitely without the planet eventually surpassing the speed of light. Einstein's laws apparently still hold in this alternate version of reality. As for what lies underneath the disk of Earth, this is unknown, but most flat earthers believe it is composed of, quote, rocks.
Corvus in our Twitch chat says that what I said is accurate. His 5 or 10 minutes listening to a debate on the Flat Earth Society Discord was very much like this. It's funny though, two flat earthers were debating with a rational person. It was meant to be a one-on-one, but the other flat earther kept cutting the rational person off. They ended up muting the rational thinking person so that the flat earthers could talk. It's very easy to get a headache from this experience.
Oh yes, absolutely. So let's break this down real fast. According to them, gravity...
Real quick, you said rocks. During my search, I did see something come up that said, what is underneath it?
Yeah.
Apparently there's a subsection that believes a giant turtle.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a subsection of flat earthers that believe a giant turtle holds the disk of the Earth upon its back.
Not just rocks.
So it's a lion turtle from Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yes.
The very accurate historical show.
Yes. So flat earthers generally believe that gravity as we know it is a lie, that the Earth is simply moving upward to create enough downward force
I just want to say, Gary,
to keep us on the
for
Earth.
this particular topic, you have a very
Yes.
condescending tone towards flat earthers.
I know, I can't help it.
Oh my god.
There are, you know the phrase, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I
We
flatly-
structured a podcast around saying the other stuff?
Yes. I don't agree with that statement.
No, I agree.
I think sometimes you have to say some things that might hurt a little bit in order to correct people.
Yeah.
In order to break down some flat out wrong ideas. This is not on the same level as like certain beliefs about like spirituality and things like that. This is not on that because the flat Earth, it can be measured. This is not a metaphysical debate. This is a physical scientific debate that is easily destroyed. So, okay. They believe that gravity is false, that the Earth simply moves upward to create enough downward force to keep us.
So we're just flying through space.
Yes. The point, okay.
Okay.
You okay there?
Yes.
I'm trying to find the link because I know, there it is. Is flat earth connected to religion? Flat Earth theory is neither officially nor unofficially associated with any religion. Throughout the
Correct.
ages,
That is
various
correct,
religious institutions have championed a flat Earth model for the world. Unfortunately, this leaves us with a vestigial thought that the flat Earth theory and religions are symbolic. They are not. Even though many religions today, both mainstream and otherwise, still teach its followers that the world is flat. While they are not incorrect, believing in a flat Earth isn't contingent upon believing in a deity or being a part of any religion. So they wanted you to know.
Okay.
A lot of religions believe this. That's not them. The Flat Earth Society is separate from all that.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, if for one thing, if space is really as vast as we think it is, what makes them think we're moving upward? There's no real
What is upward in space?
Exactly. There is no true up, down, left, or right in
Yeah.
space. There's just
Well, we're
space.
flat, but everything else is round. So we're
Everything
just
else is
kind of
round.
going sideways.
Oh yeah. Sideways.
Which,
okay.
for the record, have you heard that explanation of is Mars round? And they're like, oh, well, you can observe Mars that it's a globe.
Oh, I know.
What if the flat portion is staring at us?
What I find interesting. Okay,
there's another
so
turtle on the other side.
The thing, and I think we talked about this before.
together. We're actually in a pod of turtles flying through space with our Milky Way.
What I think is interesting, and we talked about this before, is that the nature of the universe is most things in the universe take a spherical shape
Right.
on the macrocosm and the microcosm,
Except our planet.
except our planet.
Yep.
That's according to the flat. Yes, according to flat earthers, the only flat thing in the universe is our planet, except for maybe our galaxy, but that can be explained by black holes.
Right.
So, atoms.
I feel like your brain is breaking.
Yes,
the further you go into
okay.
this.
So atoms take a spherical shape. Planets take a spherical shape.
How did research for this even go?
Stars, quickly. What do you mean?
Like, were you breaking as you were doing it?
Oh,
like,
no.
why?
No. It's only when we really start talking about it that I start realizing how.
Like when you're writing it down, you're like, oh, that's interesting. And that's it.
Yeah. So everything in the universe almost everything in the universe takes a spherical shape except for the Earth. Everything in our solar system is obviously spherical, except for the Earth. And the turtle beneath. Then there's the conspiracy theory. Flat Earthers believe photos of the globe are photoshopped. Yes, before Photoshop was a thing.
Yeah.
No, that's just,
Okay.
that's just the terminology we use now. There was a photo. You could alter photos.
Yes, you could.
Fun fact, the Photoshop being a term came from the trial of, oh my gosh, I just blanked on the name. Guy who killed his wife and his butler or best friend or something like that. Can't remember. OJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Apparently it
there's
came
no
from that
evidence. He was acquitted. We're fine.
No, I'm just saying that trial was where the term Photoshop came from. Fun fact.
It was MS Painted.
MS.
Then there's the conspiracy. Okay, so everything is Photoshop. Everything is altered. GPS devices are rigged to make. GPS devices are rigged to make airplane pilots think they're flying in straight lines around a sphere when they're actually flying in circles above a disk. The motive for world governments' concealment of the true shape of the Earth has not been ascertained. But flat earthers believe it is probably financial. In a nutshell, it would logically cost much less to fake a space program than to actually have one. So those in on the conspiracy profit from the funding NASA and other space agencies receive from the government. Because it wouldn't cost anything to send your NASA employees to the ice rim to guard it.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
They live off the water up there.
That's it. That's
I
all
mean,
I
it's
need.
melting at all
That's all I
times.
need.
We're
Yeah.
screwed eventually.
Okay. Yes.
That's all you got, really?
That's not all I have. That's all I have. Sometimes our comments get me off track a little bit.
A little?
Okay, so if this is true, if the Earth is actually flat, and we are all convinced, or being led to be convinced that the Earth is actually round, then it is, and I've said this before, then flat Earth and the conspiracy around it is the oldest and the single most unnecessary and most elaborate conspiracy ever.
Yeah. No, it really is. Because I can dispute most of this in general.
Oh, yeah.
What would be the point?
There's no point.
Yeah.
It's not like we're hiding
There's no
anything.
point because it's flat.
But what I'm saying is, if the world is round or if it's
Yeah.
flat, what does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, why would you keep that from the public?
Yeah, it's not like we discovered aliens and they're threatening to kill us. And
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
is, it's round, it's flat. What does it even matter? What
cares?
do we even gain by having a flat Earth that doesn't make any sense? What do we gain by having a round Earth, and what do we gain by not telling the world about the flat Earth? Or
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's just to keep down this subsection of people that honestly don't matter that much. I mean,
Right. Exactly. So yeah, there's no point to what were we going to say?
Plus, there's no like. The problem is there's so many of these where they're saying other things have been faked, but they can't come up with their own like physical evidence.
yeah.
that it's flat.
They can't. Yeah.
There's literally 6 billion people, more than 6 billion now, on the planet, and not a single one has been able to find this
get to the ice wall.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you
know.
can send someone.
I
I
know.
mean, we've got.
We
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
have video evidence of you getting near
Yeah.
a supposed ice wall and guards being like, no,
Right.
turn around.
Turn around. Actually, a NASA employee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't
their
even
badge in
argue
there.
Like
that
over
they,
in Thailand, you know? Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You can't even argue that they don't have the funds to go find it if people like Shaquille O'Neal believes in this. That guy's got
Yeah.
enough money that he could send the entirety of NASA to the ice wall and pay them for at least a year to guard the ice wall.
Well, and that's the point, is that no single flat earther, and people have actually posted and honestly given challenges to flat earthers and said, like, I will give you this much money, I will do this, I will fund your entire trip to go to the ice wall. You just got to go and do it. And no one has ever done it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of conspiracies over the last year and a half of doing the original version of the show.
Yeah.
And some of them are a lot more believable, but the flat earth theory, after doing all these conspiracies, has not become more believable to me.
Right.
It's still, I don't understand how so many people can believe it when there's so much evidence against it. And for a conspiracy to be good, and I think this is a good first episode, because
Absolutely.
for a conspiracy to be good, it has to be hiding something.
To be plausible.
Not even plausible.
Yeah.
A good conspiracy has to be hiding something from us.
Yes.
Area 51, we're hiding the existence of aliens.
Yes.
The other side of the moon, we're hiding the fact that Nazis are living up there. The Hollow Earth is a
whatever.
secret
Of course.
military base,
Yes.
or the lizard people live
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Like they've all got purposes as to what we're actually hiding with the conspiracy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The flat Earth theory does not tell us what we're hiding.
No, it doesn't.
Why is there a conspiracy to hide the flat Earth from us when knowing that doesn't change anything?
It doesn't. In fact, if people...
Unless someone wants to go kill the turtle. I don't know what would happen if that.
the fact
I
that you
mean,
delivered that with a straight face.
But what I'm saying, it just like, for me, a plausible conspiracy, the first thing has to be it's hiding something.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the point, in my opinion. Men in Black are hiding government secrets. You know, like I can name what all
right.
the purpose
Oh,
of
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's in hiding. Some people may... Yeah, I mean, whatever
Bigfoot's
it
in
is.
hiding because he's near extinction.
Exactly.
The Loch Ness is near extinction,
Yes.
so they're hiding it.
Yes,
It's in
exactly.
hiding in general. There's always a reason behind these, but we've done the flat Earth originally. We've done it again,
Right.
and I still don't understand what the point of hiding it is.
There
What
is no
would we
point.
gain?
There is
Even
no
if you
point.
want to say initially, like Columbus came over, found the edge of the wall, and they wanted to hide that for whatever propaganda. You mean to tell me that it's for propaganda purposes? We've had it hidden for centuries.
Well, the entire...
for no reason.
For the recorded history of mankind.
Yeah, for no reason other than we. That's what blows my mind about the flat Earth theory. I don't see what they're gaining by having a conspiracy about around there.
And that's
Yeah.
the point, is that no one gains anything. They actually said in this article that it might be financial gain because
In what way?
because faking moon landings and faking space travel is less expensive than actually doing it. Why have a space agency in the first place?
There's probably about a billion less complicated ways to steal money from your taxpayers.
Oh yeah, then yeah,
Fake
I
moon
agree.
landings.
Yeah.
And even that, if we've been doing this conspiracy since
Absolutely.
the dawn of man, that's in the last 100 years.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
let's go all the way back to like biblical era.
Yes.
Why were they hiding it?
In which, and if you're talking biblical, even the Bible says that the Earth is round.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
Oh my God. This is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now
Yeah.
you can have your debates about like the age of the Earth and all that, whatever. But even if you're talking about just flat versus round, even the Bible's like, yeah, round, duh. So anyway, The UN, okay, so views from inside the space station. Here's some of the conspiracy examples, how this conspiracy works.
Okay.
Views from the inside the space station are of the Earth through the circular window.
Okay.
So
The window makes it round. Got
the
it.
window makes it round.
Okay.
You're not revealing the whole of the Earth because it's through a round window. The UN insignia is a flat Earth model, and they're laughing at us.
Okay.
Okay. The reason the UN insignia looks the way it does is because it's the only way you can fit the entirety of the Earth, all the continents, into one image.
Right.
Yeah.
Into one flat circular image. Okay. The moon landing was faked. Images of Earth are fake.
We've heard that about a dozen times.
When we jump, why don't we fly around the globe? Okay, that's one of the biggest ones. That is one of the biggest arguments. Newton's first law of motion, people. Okay, so gravity is, quote, a lie. And I got this. Okay, this is one of the best breakdowns of why we don't fly off the Earth.
Okay.
This is one of the arguments. That, well, if the Earth is spinning as fast as we claim it is, as it is, it's over 1,000 miles an hour, why aren't we just flying off of it? Because they'll point to, like, if you get a tennis ball wet and then you spin the tennis ball, the water flies off of it. Okay, gravity, people. Okay, science.
Well, gravity's not real.
Oh,
Right, it's a
Gravity's a lie.
and that's what they're saying. Like, gravity's obviously a lie because when you spin this ball, the water flies off. Why aren't we flying off the Earth? Okay. Today'sdate.com says, science tells us that the Earth spins at a velocity of 1,039 miles per hour at the equator. Why aren't we thrown off the globe as it spins? In one day, the Earth rotates one time. In one day, a merry-go-round rotates 22,736 times. Earth spins at a rate of 0.0007 RPM. Merry-go-round spins at a rate of 15.8 RPM. A record player spins faster. They play records at 78 RPM, 45, and 33. There's simply, and this is the explanation, science, there simply is no force to speak of pushing us outward as the Earth rotates. It is going too slow. You can test this yourself. Stand in one spot in an open space like a backyard and rotate one time in 24 hours with your arms outstretched. Boredom and fatigue will kick in within minutes before completing this experiment, and you would rotate probably no more than 15 degrees.
Oh, God.
1/24th of an entire 360-degree circle. If you actually stood there for 1 full hour rotating as fast as the Earth rotates, there is no force outward. Your arms are not being thrown outward at all. Okay, that is the force we have with the Earth spinning. Now stand there and rotate as fast as a merry-go-round, basically just rotating at a normal speed you can handle with your arms outstretched. Notice how your arms tend to want to go outward by themselves and you can hold them up easier, almost effortlessly. This is due to centrifugal force.
Now you got me saying it weird.
Centrifugal. The incredibly rapid spinning of...
Dan?
Centrifugal.
There we go. I was going to say it, then he threw his in there.
Okay, the incredibly...
Centrifugal.
Centrifugal. The incredibly rapid spinning...
Documentary.
The incredibly rapid spinning of 22,736 RPD, rotations per day, is why. So you have just proven with your own body why we don't fly off the Earth. We are spinning too slow. It's the combination of gravity that holds us here and the total lack of any real centrifugal force throwing us off. Okay.
It's one of those words that if you don't see how it's spelt, it's easier to pronounce.
Yes. And so that is the crux of the argument, is that if gravity doesn't exist, okay, because of gravity, we have rotation. Because of gravity, we can orbit an object like the sun. Because of gravity, the moon orbits around us. Because of gravity, we have tidal waves. Because of gravity, life exists on the planet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without it, life would not exist.
Right.
So if there
float
is,
away.
exactly. Without gravity, things don't bond. They don't come together generally. If there is no gravity, and this is one of my biggest questions, few of my biggest questions about the nature of the sun and the moon, is that if there is no gravity, how is it the moon and the sun even stay up in the sky?
They don't actually. They hit each side of the flat Earth and it tilts. It goes ka-ching. And then the only reason why we don't go flying into space when the sun tips the world this way is the moon hits the other side at night. So it just goes back and forth.
So like ping pong balls.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I like that theory. Yeah, and they're just crossing each other all the time.
Right. The only reason
yeah.
you're unaware of it is
Yeah.
normally it happens when you're sleeping.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
So when you go to bed, the world shifts the other direction.
There is no force actually keeping the sun and the moon up in the air. Because according to flat earth theory, the sun and the moon are like tiny.
Yeah.
They're tiny, tiny. Now, if the earth was actually flat and not curved, we would actually be able to see the sun at all times
Right.
Yeah.
through a telescope. There would never be a point in the day where you could not see the sun.
Well, it has to go on the rocky side with the turtle.
But then it's orbiting.
It's orbiting a flat surface.
That doesn't explain. And this is where the whole thing falls apart at every area.
I was like, this is where it falls
No,
apart.
it falls apart at every area. But then you can't explain how China can have daytime while we have nighttime.
Well, it's because the anti-moon is fully blocking
Right,
the sun
exactly.
at that
It's all about the
time.
anti-moon.
Oh, it's all about the
And,
anti-moon. Okay.
Little did you know, we've also
So-
got an anti-sun
Yes.
that blocks it out, actually.
And an anti-sun. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're just adding to it. Thank
There we
you.
go.
Okay, so going back to the diagram or the example of the tennis ball in the water, somebody spins it, the water flies off. They say, "Well, see, why aren't we flying off the Earth?" Because the Earth is spinning that fast.
Right. Spin a tennis ball the speed you spin
Right.
an Earth, and it would probably stop spinning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't spin. That's the point.
You
That's
go.
the whole point. Like, yeah, why isn't the water flying off? I don't get it. Why isn't the water flying off?
Right.
The water should be flying off, guys.
Here, if you go this fast.
I'm spinning it so fast. If the Earth actually rotated as quickly as a tennis ball would spin, yes, of course, everything would fly off of it.
Yeah.
But it's not rotating that fast.
Nope.
And there's gravity literally pulling us to the center of the Earth all the time. So,
Oh my gosh.
how long have we been going now?
We got to be wrapping it up.
Yeah, okay, perfect. All right. Given everything we've gone over, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is the tip of the ice wall, people. What do you guys think? What are
You
okay.
did not convince me that it's a flat Earth is a thing, and you did not change my mind.
I
for the
don't
last
think I
episode.
even tried to.
No, you definitely didn't.
Because the problem is there's no argument that makes it even plausible.
It's if anything, it's the more arguments they come up with, the less likely it sounds.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
more
Oh,
things
absolutely.
that they
That's
go,
the
no,
point.
no,
Yes,
no, no,
yeah.
This is why that happens. You're like, that makes even less sense than what you had before.
It does. You're absolutely right.
I do like the turtle idea though.
I think the turtle sounds cute.
I would be very happy if
we
that
name
was
the turtle?
actually true.
Yeah, what would you name him?
What, I don't know. What do you want to name the
Mason?
turtle then? Mason?
As in like the Freemason?
Oh, go Freemason.
Go Freemason.
We're holy spin on it. Freemason. That'll be our.
Freemason.
We have the I Love the Illuminati shirt. The
Yes.
next one will be
Yeah.
Freemason.
Yeah.
It'll be the turtle trying to escape away from the flat Earth.
Yeah,
That's our next shirt.
The Earth isn't hollow, it's just his tummy.
If we do that though, we've got to have NASA employees with guns guarding him.
That's our.
Yes.
That's our.
Oh,
new
yeah,
thing.
yeah, with their
We're gonna-
badges and suits
a
and everything.
Freemason
NASA
shirt,
employees.
and we'll have the turtle trying to jump over the flat Earth or something like that. I will figure it out.
Turtle jumping, as in like Free Willy?
Yeah.
Freemason?
Freemason,
It's like a
our turtle.
flag. Oh, man. No, we have to chip away at the rock in order to break it free from his shell.
You're overthinking this.
Or her shell. I don't know.
We're discussing a turtle jumping over the flat Earth, and you're overthinking this.
I am. Well, you got it.
On that note, guys, I
get
hope
your
you guys-
chisels, people.
I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Tales of Earth edition of Conspiracy Cast.
Yes.
It's pretty much the exact same show, but we moved it over here. Now, I need you to let me know in the comments down below if you feel that this is a good fit for the Tales of Earth channel. If you don't think it is, let us know. We can always move it back. And if you are watching this on Tales of Earth, stick around. Well, don't stick around. Click the link down below to go to my private channel where we now have additional footage of what happens here. Because don't turn the cameras off. We're filming B-roll, a secondary concept
Great.
I've got pulled up here.
Great.
Yeah, it's going to
Okay.
be fun. Dan's like, I was not told of this.
Actually, stick around on the channel and just wait for an upload.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, you can subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, let us know in the comments
Yeah.
if you think it fits here. And if you want more Gary, go check him out at Film Circuit.
Yes,
And if you want
on
more
YouTube.
Dan, go check him out on Twitch at twitch.tv/DanTStreamer.
Yes.
And if you want more of me, Comic Historian, Eligible Monster, and the Eligible Monster Twitch stream, I do all of those. So
You know, besides a good conspiracy, there's something else we love way more than a good conspiracy here.
what's that?
What is it?
Cup of coffee?
That's not it.
Well,
What do I love so much?
Ah!
Yeah, that we all do.
well,
I love the Illuminati!